Hey folks, I'm Dave. Welcome to the channel. So I recently made a Halloween welcome sign and I got a video for that. So if you didn't see it, I'll drop a link down in the description and you can check it out if you like. But my wife liked it and she asked me if I would make a different one. So we're going to make this. We're going to start by making the ghost. So you want to grab a circle and just drag out an egg shape and drop it. Click the selector tool and then grab a square. We're just going to cut the bottom of this off. Drag out a rectangle, drop it, click the selector tool, and then grab everything together. Go over to the subtract in the modifier tools and click that. And with it selected, right click and make sure it's converted to path. Usually if you subtract something away, it will be converted, but it doesn't hurt to take time to check to make sure. Select it and then go up to Tools, down to Deform 16 points, and then we can pull these bottom edges out a little bit. And that'll make that bottom concave. And then when we use the node editor, it'll give us some nodes there. If we leave it straight, it won't do it. You can add them in with the insert option. But if you do this, it'll give you the nodes. So click the selector tool, select it again, and then go over to the node editor. And if you hover, you can see the options you have for manipulating the nodes. So click it, and now we have nodes. Remember, you can push down on your scroll wheel and move the entire canvas around. You can scroll in and out with it. So let me scroll in, get a little closer. And we're just going to grab some of these nodes, and we're just going to pull them around and make it look kind of wavy on the bottom, like a ghost is supposed to look. Something like that, maybe. And depending on how you pull these, you can make them smooth out or sharp. But I think this will work for us here. That looks pretty good. And that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's hit the selector tool. Now we have a ghost. And if you wanted to stretch it some more, you could just go back up to the tools and the deform and just pull it around however you like. Make it as ghostly as you want. All right, click the selector tool, and then we want to put some eyes and a mouth, so grab a circle, hold shift and just draw out an eye. Click the selector tool, Control D to duplicate, and pull out another eye. Kind of line these up a little bit. You can center them, but I think that looks okay. And grab another circle and draw out one of these spooky looking mouths. So we're going to make two of these that are identical, and then one we're going to try to add some arms to. So you can select these and group them together up top, and I think we'll make those a fill. Yep, that looks pretty good. We won't group it. We're just going to get two of these. So Control D, pull one out. We're going to get these out of the way so we can work on that center one. Grab another one, Control D, and just take it the other way. We'll grab these two and pull them out of the way. We're not worried about the size of anything right now. We'll resize it as we go once we make our backdrop for the door hanger or the welcome sign. And now we want to get this one, and I think we'll stretch it out a little bit. Well, I'm going to hit Control Z. I'm going to do it a different way. I just want the outside edge to stretch, not the eyes. That'll look a little weird. We'll make this one a little larger. And then we will go back to the node editor. And we're going to try to make some arms. It's not always predictable. I'm moving closer so I can see better because of my, yeah, it's looking like an arm. Remember, you can grab these edges and smooth things out. Okay, that's probably about as close to an arm as we're going to get. Now we got to hope we can do something similar on the other side. And there we go. I think that looks okay. It could look better, but you can work with it and make yours look a whole lot better. And then we will click the selector tool and call that good. Now let's get all of our ghosts together here. And we're going to put some lines on them and make it look more like a, make them look more ghostly. Let me get this pulled up. I'm going to have to resize these a little bit to get them all together. Maybe. All right, so you can just grab your pencil tool and you can just draw a couple of lines on here. And draw your line and then left click, right click to release. I know it's supposed to just be right click, I believe, but that don't always work for me. And just throw a few in here just to give it a little more action. There we go. I'm going to leave the line as a fill, or maybe do an offset. Might do an offset on it to make it a little deeper. Uh-oh, that one didn't work. There we go. All right, don't forget to click your selector tool after you draw lines, because you'll draw lines all over the place. At least I do. All right, I'm going to select this and do a slight offset. Nothing that drastic. Maybe a 0.5. Something like that. Yeah, that should work. And then you can pull your original out and delete it. And just do that for all of them. Maybe that'll make it look better. And just pull all of those down there and delete one time instead of 9 individual times. And y'all can go out and play with this and make you some good looking ghosts. Make you a big old Halloween door sign and impress your neighbors and the trick-or-treaters when they show up. You be the talk of the town. All right, so we're going to move these out of the way for a second. And then we are going to get us a backdrop. So just grab a circle, hold shift, draw out a perfect circle. Click the selector tool, make it a cut. And I think I'm going to flip this to inches for a second. And I'm going to make sure your lock is on. And I'm going to make it 11.5. It don't look like it did that. What did I do? 11.5. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we can position our ghost. Check their size. I think they're going to have to be made a little bit smaller. I guess it would help if I would have grouped everything in. So group everything in on each ghost. I've been at this a long time today, folks, and I guess I'm getting tired. I don't know. All right, I'm going to try to position that the way we want it. And then we'll resize. We're going to put this guy in the center. We'll put this one over here. Turn it a little bit like that. And then we will select them all together. If you pull from the right, you get a green line, and all you have to do is touch the object you want to select, like that. If you pull from the left, you get a red line, and you would have to completely surround it, like that. All right, so we just want to select them and resize them a little bit. Cover about half of this, like that. And just get them wherever you want them to be. And then we're going to put an outline. So we're going to duplicate these and move them out. And then we're going to select them and ungroup. And then we're just going to get rid of everything inside and just leave the outline. I know this would have been easier, folks, if I'd have been paying more attention, but there we go. Okay, so now we have our outline. All right. And then these will go back on. We'll cut these out, and then they'll just sit right back on top. Like that. All right, so now we want to write the word welcome. And we're going to use just click your selector tool. We're going to use a free font. If you've seen my videos before, it's one I've used quite often. It's called Ballet Harmony, but it's free and it works out really nice. So just in all caps, type out welcome. Click your selector tool. And then bring it over and resize it. Just drag it out. There we go. And then on the bottom half, we're going to use a pre-made spider web that I have in my art library, but I have a video for that. And I'm going to put a link so you can go see how to make this spider web. It's not that hard to do. And it's a pretty good thing to know how to do, especially around Halloween. So now you want to grab a square once you pull it out. And we're going to cut part of this off. So you want to select, actually you should select the spider web first. Shift, select your square, your rectangle, and then click subtract. And what we're going to do is put that over here. and we're going to attach it to that lettering. Trying to keep this in the right position to so everybody can see it good, and I'm not putting it behind my head. You want to make it fit inside and just barely touch the bottom, because we're going to do a cutout to set on here. So something like that. Let's make it red, we can see it better. And you just want to make sure it's at least touching most of the letters. Here, the W is connected to the E, so it's okay that it's not touching on both sides of the W. And otherwise, I think we are okay. Right there. All right, so once you do that, grab the spider web and welcome, and you can weld it together over here in the modifier tools. And then take a look at it and make sure there's nothing odd about it. Make sure it's connected good. We look okay. And then you want to select it, Control D, and pull out one and turn it into a cut, and we'll cut that out. And we should be okay. I know that got a little painful, folks, but sometimes this is. But I think we'll be okay. So let me jump in the laser and get this set up, and we will cut this out and see how it looks. Okay, folks, I will be right back. Okay, we're framed up and ready to go. So we're using a 5mm Luan hardwood plywood. If you've seen any of my videos, you know I use this quite often because it's a really nice project wood. And I'll drop a link in the description where you can pick some up if you like. So let's send the code on over, cut this out, and see what it looks like. Okay, looks pretty good. Let me clean this up and put it together. We'll get a closer look at it. Well, here's our finished ghost door hanger. I think it turned out really nice. So if you give it a try and you have questions, just let me know and I'll get you an answer. I'll drop links for the video for how to create the spider web, as well as a link for where to get the Ballet Harmony font for free. It's public domain out on defont.com. I'll also drop a link for the 5mm Luan hardwood plywood. It's a really nice project wood. I think you'll enjoy using it. I'll drop a link as well for how to create an art library if you don't have one, and you can save these vectors in there and you won't have to keep making them over and over. So if this was helpful, please like and subscribe. It'll help the channel grow and it'll help me to keep doing it. I know there's a lot of stuff y'all could watch, so I really appreciate y'all watching and taking time to comment. The comments help me as a newbie, and they also help any of the viewers that come across it. So thank you. So just check back often for new videos. You folks take care, and we'll see y'all next time. Thank you.